Welcome to Tales of Anosmia. I'm Jules Zender, and today I'm going to be talking about some of my experiences with food. I have never had a sense of smell, and because of this I've always experienced food differently to other people. People who've lost their sense of smell often say that they lose interest in their food because it doesn't taste of anything anymore and eating becomes a chore. For me, because I was born without a sense of smell, I don't have that issue because I'm just used to what I can taste rather than the flavour and aroma of food being combined with the taste. So to me, food tastes very different to what other people will taste it like. But obviously, you can't compare experiences like that, and until you get old enough to really think about it in a more abstract way, it's difficult to notice what you feel is different to what other people are experiencing. It's only really been the last couple of years where I've been really taking notice of how I'm experiencing the food that I eat, and comparing notes with mainly my boyfriend, but sometimes with friends and family members, and trying to understand what it is that I find different to other people. One of my absolute favourite foods is chocolate. I could eat chocolate all day. Well, I suppose I could when I was a kid. Now I feel a bit sick when I eat chocolate a bit. One of the joys of growing up. But I absolutely love chocolate, and I always have. But recently I realised I can't actually taste it. And that was a really weird realisation, that one of your favourite things, you don't really know what it tastes like. I know that it's sweet, and that sometimes, depending on how dark it is, it can be quite bitter. And I like that because it's a play between two things. But for me, it's mostly the texture of chocolate. I absolutely adore the way that it starts to melt as it warms up, and you get that change in texture from the hard, well, sometimes kind of soft, but the harder solid, and then it dissolves away into your mouth, and I really, really enjoy that. And that's so common with so many things, that it's quite a lot to do with texture. And obviously it is to do with the taste, but texture is so important when you are limited in what you can perceive. I've never really enjoyed white chocolate particularly, and I think the reason for that is that it's just so sweet. I like chocolate because of the mix of the sweet and the bitter. It's surprisingly rare to get things where you strongly get two different tastes from it. So chocolate doing that is great, especially when you get to sort of the 70% where there's not really much sugar in it, but there's still a little bit of sweetness, but it's more bitter, and so it's just so good. It's so good. So that's how I experience chocolate. But my fellow anosmics, are you the same? Especially if you have lost your sense of smell. I'd love to know, do you have a similar feeling towards chocolate as me, or is some of that lost because you're so used to what you used to be able to detect? I would love to know. This has been Tales of Anosmia. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon.